back in the fall of 2015, the university put out a call for speakers for their TED Talk series, which was in the spring. And I really tried hard. I had just become the dean. I'd really tried hard to get at least a faculty member to submit, something to be possibly in that. And nobody had done it. And it was the night before. So I wrote an application and to discuss the power and importance of the human-animal bond. Wow. And I ended up somehow getting selected. Then the hard work, then the work came. I mean, you wouldn't believe how many hours I spent on that for a 13 and a half minute TED Talk. And that was titled The Power of a Pet. And so that is still out there on the internet. People can go watch it. Well, in the fall of 23, I get an email from a gentleman named Eric Koester, Koester, who was the founder of a publishing company called Manuscripts Press. And he said, I saw your TED Talk. Now, remember, this is 7-8 years later. I saw your TED Talk, and I think you should turn it into a book. And I replied back very professionally and politely and said, thank you so much, but I don't have time and I'm not the right person to write this book. And that went back and forth about 3 times. And then he asked me to get on a Google call. And I said, okay, I'll do it. And he's pretty compelling, pretty convincing. Not only did he convince me to write it, but he convinced me to pay them to help me write it, meaning to editing and stuff. So that's how it started. I never intended to write a book. Having said that, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've interviewed over 100 people. Their stories are so inspiring. I've learned a lot from research and other things. And I got so carried away that there's already book 2 in the process. It's actually in revisions editing now, probably be out by the end of the year. There's so many other stories that I've written that haven't been told. And I think almost every person I was interviewing, at some point, I got chill bumps just listening to the story, whether it was from a happiness or from a sadness or from whatever. I'll just mention a few because I don't want to single one out, but these are just the ones that pop in my mind. Just to raise awareness about the human-animal bond. I've had 2 book signings, one here, one in Korea. Yeah. I have one tomorrow evening that
Columbus?
That extends into Friday morning. It's a conference. And I may have one at AVMA in DC in a couple of weeks. Cool. Any opportunities that you think of or have any connections for either signings or podcasts or whatever? I think this is a universal topic that would be of interest to a whole array of people.